Vergara returns to Rome to find the Pope, but also his worst enemies. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing 30 Coins, Episode 4 Memories. This scene opens up with a priest and a group heading deep underground in search of something. We also cut to Manuel getting on a flight back to Rome to look up some people from his past. Now, while he's on the flight, we get a flashback. And this is the start of our first flashback, and he continues to relive moments from his past as the episode continues. I actually like the way they did this because the flashbacks are actually well timed and they're appropriate. Like once he starts meeting some people, when he gets on the plane and he sees a group of friends drinking, that really starts to trigger the flashbacks, and they continuously go, and we get to see a lot of his past, and we get to learn a lot as well. Now, Manuel heads to a prison to visit Sandro, who's a priest that we get to see from the flashbacks, and he's an old friend of his as well. And this scene was actually pretty good. I actually liked this because we got a lot more of his background in this, and we got to see like a really good sparring match, and we got to see or hear good dialogue between Manuel and Sandro. And Sandro basically gives him his opinion and what he thinks Manuel should do, which I thought this whole setup was actually really good. We also get to go back to the village, and we see Elena isn't happy with the townsfolk because of what happened last week. And she turns to Raul. I keep pronouncing the man's name wrong. I do apologize. For a job. And Paco is waiting at her house to talk to her about the townsfolk, and he sees her start packing a bag to leave. And this is kind of where we get to see Paco's real feelings for her come out, because he doesn't want her to go, and you can tell by the look that he gives her that he really, likes her. And it actually gets mentioned later on too. But he's trying to get her to stay, and he's also trying to hide his true feelings for her, but he's not really doing a very good job of it. And so she basically ends up leaving anyways because she's really not happy and she doesn't like the situation that she's been put in. So we end up getting to see like a mysterious woman, like a mysterious old woman, I should say, in a field, and she sits by a scarecrow. And this I thought was really well done because the CGI in this part was really good, and you don't really get to know who she is. I thought that was really kind of interesting because I would like to know a little more about this woman. And we end up going back to Rome, and Manuel visits Father Lombardi, who is apparently, we find out, the person who sent him to Paco's village, and it was for a specific reason. So I kind of wanted to know a little bit more about that, but they don't explain it. So, but Father Lombardi, says he'll get Manuel a meeting with the Pope, an audience with the Pope, and this is like a really good ending for this because it's so unexpected and it's such a twist that I didn't actually even see it coming. And the look on Manuel's face, he didn't see it coming either. So I thought this was a really good ending to this. Again, the effects were good in this. Most of them were practical effects, but they were well done and well timed. One of the scenes I thought was actually really good is we get to see Sandro taunting a man, and he questions him about fire coming out of his mouth. And, well, I mean, you can guess what happens next in this. So we get to see what happened to Sandro in the past. The music, the score in this is still really good. It still adds to the atmosphere. All the key moments where it starts being a little more dramatic or just well done. I really do like the score for this series so far. And the acting is good as well. The dynamic between Elena and Paco was really good. Like he's trying to hide his true feelings, like I said before, but he's not really doing a good job of it because she's trying to leave and he doesn't want her to. And the flashbacks are I thought really where the acting was really good. Like everybody that played their roles, like the young Manuel, Sandro, they were really good. Like there was a scene too that stood out in those to me that where Manuel gets kicked out of a class, like a seminar class, just for asking questions about the teacher about like why they shouldn't be talking to somebody who's possessed. And as he's getting kicked out, this woman is literally just laughing at him, and she continues to laugh after he's gone. So this was a really good moments in this for the acting wise as well. And like in this episode, we learn a lot about Manuel's past, and this really kind of alludes to why he is the way he is, and why he doesn't really tell like everybody the whole truth and things like that. We also get to see that the people he is up against have people like everywhere. Their influence is like all over the place. So I thought this was actually a really good episode overall, especially for the amount of information they end up giving you. I would give this at least an 8 out of 10. I can't wait to see next week's episode, to be honest with you. I thought this was really good. So if you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe, as I'll be doing more content each week. Take care for now, everybody.